I see myself as a piece of meat. That is Tom Hardy's description of how he perceives his acting. It is purely subjective, he says. Among his techniques is his habit of watching takes of himself on film cameras alongside directors to look for areas of improvement. Although Hardy is a proponent of any acting methodology, his practices revolve more around the technical philosophy. His views on performing well are completely practical as opposed to method. His criteria is essentially pass or fail, and it does not matter how an actor gets there. For example, in the 2008 film Bronson, he gained 40 pounds of muscle to prepare for the role. Some of the methods he uses may seem problematic. In the film Locke, he used tear sticks to stimulate himself into crying. Early as an actor, he looked up to Ralph Fiennes, Gary Oldman, and Frank Sinatra, all from whom he took bits and pieces as inspiration. Hardy learned to act at the Drama Centre in London. In productions such as Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk, he had learned to value security and open-mindedness, as well as confidence in knowing what one does. Hardy, who aims high in his performances, benefits working with someone also aiming for the stars. An environment typical for someone strong-headed and ambitious like Hardy. From other actors, he benefits from simple empathy and values other actors' needs and differences. In that same vein, he does not always get along with coworkers, and not infrequently because they do not know what they are doing. In the film Lawless, he and Shia LaBeouf were at odds, even if some reports of the feud were exaggerated, as claimed by Shia LaBeouf. While performing in Mad Max Fury Road, he clashed with co-star Charlize Theron and director George Miller, motivated by the harsh desert conditions, which included freezing temperatures, and the internal pressure Hardy faced over taking over the role from Mel Gibson. Fellow co-star and actress Zoe Kravitz was among the people who witnessed their arguments. Hardy expressed regret over his actions, remarking co-star Theron needed him to be someone he wasn't at the time. His humility, with his history of constant improvement, expresses his high regard for others. Viewing Hardy's experiences, it is hard to retain exactly the same opinion, even though, when I consider it, not much has really changed with the additional information. It changes my perspective that Hardy was not a method actor, which on a proverbial level I associate with the best of actors like Marlon Brando and Heath Ledger. His use of tear sticks, in particular, best represents his priority of practicality over typical authenticness. The fact that he does not get along with actors inevitably creates difficulty and an unconditional idolization of them. I could not watch Hardy's Mad Max film, for example, without the effect of knowing the background between him and Theron. Yet the articles referring to him in total illustrate him not as spoiled or as succeeding under a facade, as some actors and celebrities do, but coexisting with others as a practical actor with a gruff, profane personality. He is free of dishonesty, he takes his role seriously, he does not waste time, and he constantly tries to improve himself. For me, I know that's the best I can do, he told online news source The Wrap. And really, who can blame him?